Smith & Sons Heating and Cooling.
Keeping you comfortable.
At Smith & Sons Heating and Cooling, we are your trusted, licensed, and insured HVAC experts, taking care of all of your commercial and residential needs. From home generators to water heaters and all of your HVAC needs, visit us online at smithandsonshvac.com. That's smithandsonshvac.com. Smith & Sons Heating and Cooling, built on family and built on efficiency. Your Ream Pro partner, keeping you comfortable.
Hi everyone, I'm Daine Smith with Smith & Sons Heating and Cooling, hoping you're having a wonderful day. I wanted to start this time that we have together with a couple of tips for the upcoming cooling season. Number one, please remember to change your filters. This needs to be done monthly. We recommend that you use the inexpensive filters that can be picked up most anywhere. We have them available for purchase by the case if you're interested. But tip number one is always change your filter monthly. Number two, as we're leaning into the cooling season, coming off of what was an extreme winter season for us in our area, we have gotten a lot of feedback, and folks had some unusually high utility bills this winter due to the extreme conditions. So we can expect that every year during the summer for this area. It's so hot and humid here. We recommend that you have your heating and air system serviced twice a year. Certainly have it done in the spring, and then we recommend it again in the fall. But what that does is it ensures that we keep your coils clean, and we can confirm that you have a proper refrigerant charge. A system could be working what some people would think would be fine because they come in and their house is comfortable for the most part. But if it's low on refrigerant, it's not cooling to its maximum capacity, and it really will increase your utility expenses. So it's absolutely best to have it serviced twice a year. Now, I want to tell you about a trip that we had. So some of our team members took a trip to Las Vegas a couple of weeks ago for an international conference on changes that are happening in the industry. And there's some substantial changes coming, especially over the next 2 years in the heating and air conditioning industry. We're going to go into that in great detail over the coming months, but just to give you an outline, the Department of Energy has mandated that the equipment installed in the southeastern part of the United States, starting after January the 1st of 2023, be 7 to 10% more efficient than it is currently today, right now. So the manufacturers are working hard to meet these standards. We talk about heating and air conditioning equipment. It's bought and sold in SEER rating. That's what we've always talked about. People call and ask us, what's the highest SEER unit that we can get and these things. SEER standing for Seasonal Energy Efficiency Ratio. Well, the Department of Energy has changed those standards, and now we're going to be looking at several different numbers. The SEER is going to stay, but the minimum standards now are rated in a SEER 2. The standards have changed, so ultimately what right now is a minimum allowable installed piece of equipment in North Carolina is 14 SEER. They've changed the standards, again, as I said, and now that 14 SEER unit under the new testing criteria is only about 13.4 SEER 2. So again, the manufacturers are making changes to bring about this additional efficiency, and that's going to be coming and starting effective January 1st, 2023. So what we're looking for and what that means to you and to us is that beginning about the third quarter of this year, that equipment's going to change. It's going to be more efficient, which is better for everyone. And because after January the 1st, we will no longer be able to install anything that is simply 14 SEER. It will have to meet the SEER 2 requirements. Additionally, coming very soon, the Senate in 2020 passed with great bipartisan support a recommendation that is expected to soon pass with the EPA's recommendation that R410 refrigerant be phased out, or phased down, they're calling it right now. Not phased out yet, but phased down. So what we're expecting is that in January 1st of 2025, there will be no more equipment manufactured and shipped with R410 refrigerant. That's a big deal. R410 replaced what was R22, and we all know what that happened in the industry with R22. The prices have gone outrageous, and that's what we're starting to see already with R410. Since July of 2021, R410 refrigerant has nearly quadrupled in price, and the availability is also becoming an issue. Now, some of this is supply-demand things and things related to the pandemic, but it's also got a lot to do with this upcoming phase down. So as this progresses, the manufacturers will be selecting a new refrigerant to start in the third quarter of 2024. So beginning 2025, no more R410 refrigerant in new equipment. It will still be available. Unfortunately, the price is going to continue to increase, especially as we get farther along into the phase down. We've been introduced to a couple of new refrigerants. Interesting thing on this is that different manufacturers will be using different refrigerants starting in 2025, and that's never really been the case. There's always been, one primary refrigerant that most manufacturers use. Rheem will be using a R454, which is a Chemours product, and right now we don't have all the details, but we're hoping that's going to be a very, very close match with the current R410. So we're hoping that there will be some ways that we could use that as hopefully a drop-in replacement to abate the rising cost of R410. If not, then we'll just have to deal with that when it gets here. The other refrigerant of note is R32, and we've talked to several manufacturers that will be using that as well. So we're still waiting on all the data and all the specifics on the refrigerant. That refrigerant is not available yet for purchase. So we're digging into that. We had a meeting as late as last week on Friday about the refrigerant specifically and what we can do to lower the cost to you all, to our consumers. So we're grateful for your business, wishing you all the best, and looking forward to everything that's coming.
Smith and Sons Heating and Cooling.
Keeping you comfortable.